Dumelang le kae? Nna ke Motswana, ke tswa ko Potchefstroom, gaufi le Klerksdorp. So ke drive-ile 14 hours gore ke fitlhe. So ke kgathetse thata fela. Pele ke starta, ke ne ke na le maybe 2 questions. They don't have to answer me now. The first speaker, gore simple, when it comes to mining, how many people die daily? Because sometimes we don't get a true reflection because only certain incidents did all media attention. I thought maybe address it, you know, people must also know the risks involved in terms of and then secondly, you still remember Tabaya Marikana, where rock drillers were 12,500. I thought maybe you would address it roughly the salary still about because mainly if you say those type of jobs, the salary they are more or less the same. So I was hoping maybe reply sort that out too. And then to my sister of now, legal practitioners, they must be fit and proper. So the advocate only are involved in more cases in a sense of way. So be careful what you say. Few things in terms ya dilotse batla go bua ka tsone. Ke batla go bua shortly ka my academic qualification and then give provide a short history, a short CV, and then secondly give provide just a little bit of career background to date yaka, and then the second part ke batla go bua ka my next career path. Because mostly at the speaker about you know, you can chop and change. You don't always have to go to the The struggle is real, there's poverty, there's unemployment for South Africa. So you can't always do something that you like. That's debatable, we might not agree, but it's very important. And then secondly, fourthly, the struggle is real for South Africa, but then we need to soldier on as Bato. And then Sabu 5, discipline because that is linked to my next career path. But in between, I'll also be mentioning my new career path. And then Sabu 60, what to learn and study. Because sometimes we take the career, you are going to sit at home. As I'm saying, you don't always have to study what you like. You can always change later after all is stable. Right? But we might also disagree with that one. Sister Dinelle, we have 3 hours each speaker, so we might get No, she said 30 minutes. But I'm also trying to rush. In terms of my academic background too, I have a Bachelor of Science in Business Mathematics and Informatics. Northwest University. Mathematics is very important, guys. This thing has made literacy, it's a scam. Right? And then I was majoring applied mathematics, pure mathematics, statistics, including financial engineering. And then I also have postgraduate certificate in education, PGCE, of which is senior and further education training phase, which I'm at, meaning I can teach from grade 7 up until TVET. your Vuselela, see this other team at colleges. And then Motegi, oh, by the way, I passed it that distinction. Just for some context, I was doing about, I think 17 modules. And then 15, 14, only 2 I didn't get distinctions in Mokoyo. So, don't sleep, guys. If you sleep, you're going to snooze. It's not easy, but you need to wake up, study, and there are so many things that are relevant. They are not adding value to us. So be careful what you waste your time on. There are important things that we need to spend our time on. And then, in terms of my schooling career, which I will switch over later, I can major in mathematics and economics. So I can go to a school, teach mathematics and economics. And then currently today, I'm doing my Bachelor of Education honors in Educational Management and Leadership. Okay. Meaning I can be a principal. Okay. But I'll explain later why I came to education. Because Nelson Mandela. Education is very key, very, very important, especially for a black child. It's easy if you're a white person, you can inherit certain things. But Rona, it's not the case. It's not the case. Unemployment rate is very high for South Africa. And the only way a local certain professions is through education, nothing else. You can't be a lawyer without education. You can't be a teacher without going through the formal. Some but especially now, it's really difficult. At least the minimum, we need a bachelor's degree. And then also, if we check our other counterparts, Nigeria, our sister African countries, most of those guys, they have postgrad. That's already master's. Whereas Rona, guys, that's why I want to issue a discipline. And then from next year, I want to my master's in education, and then secondly, I want to study up until PhD level. That's why I want to do a career shift. And then in terms of my short CV work experience, currently I'm working as an operational risk analyst. I will explain later what that entails. City Bank, and I also worked as a software developer, momentum short-term insurance, but I was there for a very short stint. And at ABSA, I was there for about 7 years. I was doing product modeling, meaning if you come and buy insurance, what's happening in the background in terms of risk, can you develop those models? And then also at ABSA, can you system developer and SharePoint administrator. So, this one dimension, and then you can link them later in terms of as a person, what is it that you need to study? You need to make sure, you can chop and change. If you have something and then you can grab. The sister BCM, or Business Continuity Management, she mentioned if something comes to her, was a grabber and then you shine. If something comes, because if you have an attitude, you're not going anywhere in life. That's very, very important. So, in terms of my short career, I started at ABSA under the graduate development program, and then I moved into a system developer, including Microsoft SharePoint administrator roles, which I have both created. So something about me, I also have that thing. If I see an opportunity, I create it for myself. Don't wait for back to back. If you see something, grab that opportunity and make use of it. And then later, I moved into the commercial business, into the actuarial role via product modeling. As I was doing under my graduate program, I saw an opportunity and I moved to other managers give a bell like, guys, I have these skills in 1, 2, 3, and 4. How about Lensaya Lempeyamon? So you always try to position yourself. Should something is and then people will always be like, oh, Saki Thekiso, oh, mama, let's think about this person. So make yourself visible, but don't be arrogant. That's very important. Don't be arrogant. So as mentioned, as product modeling, I was responsible for pricing structures in the background. Like I said, if Oya say ba absa ba go founela or rekile koloi ba the insurance, you will mention for I'm 26 years, koloi ya ka it's parked mo garage. I just got my license 2 years ago. I'm driving a VW. It's white and in a tracker. And then we'll say, okay, based on your risk profile, we'll charge you 4,500. So other thing, it's also important when you start working to have those flashy cars and because other thing you look at as blacks, we get trapped into debt early and then you struggle for it. There's a lot of us we are struggling with depression, and depression is real. It's not only more the celebrities are including Lorona, we're doing normal professional work. So let's be very careful. And then after spending over 6 years at ABSA, I moved to Momentum as I've already as a software developer, specifically Java, and now I'm doing operational risk management, more Citibank. What I'm doing currently, when you go to banking, only different levels of risk assessment. Only customer facing. As a customer facing, keep on the first entry, by assess a risky customer. That's why we and then other thing, if I to owner, every month you put 5,000 salary. All of a sudden you put a million, you really tender. But if freeze the account to say, but the point over the channel the airway cracker. How about Romela to channel outside South Africa? One of the things that we call exchange control. Yeah, blocky what channel the air. That's why Makumari Batamanga the bag. Because once it's another financial system, it's not problem, yeah, blocking. So you must say it's all over the banking system, yeah, so only that first line. And then they have the processes, procedures, and policies they need to adhere to check out to the and then Rona, they are first line of defense, and then Rona, the second line. Retlataya sample, maybe the customer over the last 6 months, it's a local the account. So we need to know what this customer who provided the addresses things like owner the ID, or providing the passport, or the relay, all those nitty-gritties. We making sure that for a first line defense by checking the deals. If not, on a second line defense, we raise what you call an exception, and then they need to make sure they make changes for it to does not happen again. So that's first line, or the second line, reviewing these guys. And then also what we call internal audit. Before your KPMGs, your price water coopers, what you call step line defense, which is internal audit. Balo check Rona, I check first line defense and follow all their processes, procedures, and then if not, also we call what we call an exception. So they need to make sure they remediate and it doesn't occur. And then fourthly, which I've already mentioned, the external auditors, your KPMG. That's why Auditor General are such an important role for a local municipality. That's why a role of Auditor General is so important. And then the municipality, but to how about the Auditor General was. And then what I do they fail the audit, That's why what was assigned the municipality to a huge amount that they already unaccounted for. So Auditor General is doing a very important work. But it's one thing to have a report sitting, and then in terms of the recommendation, what do you do there? You fire people, make sure they go to jail, and if you check out other institutions like your SIU, if you check out what happened to so give me risk assessment. We need to know where do you get it? And then if you can't substantiate, it wasn't a valid reasons. And then we go into freeze the lots. We can imagine what so let's be careful. One of the former speakers who build a noble integrity. Make sure when you do your work, we are all struggling, but I told you because you're not only putting yourself under pressure, including your family as well. So let's be careful. What do we do? So that's my background, and then my short academic career. And then next thing is my next career path, of which I'm very passionate about. Education. So that's why, as I'm standing here, I'm doing my honors, and I'm only left with one module, which is the research. So it's a year module. Hopefully by end of December, get a computer, get submit the report, and then they mark it. And something I also want to emphasize. Sometimes you apply and then you get declined. You apply, you get declined. So I applied for my honors and my application was declined. Despite, like I've said, I've passed my honors distinction. So things are not always going to be easy for one, irrespective of how hard you work. Yes. You always need to push, push the envelope. You can't just do something once and then you relax. You do something once you relax, expecting for someone. So what I did not panic and reach out to my contact at university. Guys, it's very important who we see back. No people, but don't be that guy. Don't be that person. The contacts here are very important. Right? So I reached out to my contact at university. So what I wanted, immediately email the other person responsible for the application. So now I'm going deep. Like, why would decline? Why? Right? So I'm going to read this email, and then I'm not going to repeat this. It will also give you a background to why it is switchella from what I'm doing, to education. Security, Dr. Defender. Trust you are doing well. Always be nice, right? On Monday, 15 November 2021, I received my honors application feedback and it was unsuccessful. Not the panic. Right? The reason for me writing this letter is to plead with the university to reconsider my application. I have been working in the financial services sector. Now I'm going for almost 14, 15 years. And the ultimate goal is to completely switch over to the education sector. But people will be like, why? Guys, not everything is about money. You know, you need to strike the balance. Life is very difficult, but strike the balance. But I've been thinking about it. You don't just do things in jail. Plan. But sometimes, you know, just do your calculation and then make the move. Right? We're getting in 2019, I made a final call and finally registered for PGCE to complete it in 2 years as I'm working full time. My first semester results in 2021. I did very well and obtained 4 distinctions for the 4 modules I registered for. So now, because sometimes you don't assume for people know you, right? We need to provide background. For this is me. This is why I'm doing this, right? And then I was very motivated and registered all my second semester modules. Then Gabon was let me work harder. And I passed them all. So second semester, I registered because it was a motivation. There must always be something dead kick. And then during the PGCE, which was initially supposed to complete in 2 years, I managed to complete it in 1 year, 6 months. So I worked hard. And other thing, very important, right? In 8 hours, it's a scam. There's no way you need to sleep 8 hours. I think the main thing is dependent on your body, right? If you feel tired, sleep, rest is very important. Otherwise, you can't function. It's important. 10 hours, 8, no. Did you really feel tired, you know? Just those. Marbuti is come an everyday occurrence. Right? Give a care. What do you say? This shows the hunger I have for education and my willingness to study very hard as I want to make an impact in our communities. So that's why I want to switch over to education. I would like to be one of those teachers in my schooling years who handled my love of learning and do the same thing for others. Not everything is about money. Sometimes you need to follow your passion, but like I said, very important, you need to calculate. Because poverty is real in South Africa. Many people going to see Ubasas, but you know, just check your things. Right. And then I've always wanted to be in the education sector, but ended up with the financial services sector because I thought it was fulfilling, but I was wrong. And don't get me wrong, I love what I'm doing now. But I've reached that age where I need to switch over. The PGCE strengthened my passion for education, and now I feel it's time to switch over to something I always wanted and loved very much. The reason for me applying for B.Ed Honours in Education Management and Leadership is so that I can learn all about the operational and management aspects of the education sector. My desire is to specialize in education and pursue it up to PhD level. Guys, you also, like I said, how do I learn motto? Provide a full picture. So that motto, add the emotion to it. For a man, why am I doing this to this guy? The ultimate goal, right? So something very important. The ultimate goal is to start a school. Hence, it is important for me not to skip a year without studying. What explain that? Don't assume people know your plans and. I will be 40 years old in 2022. I know I look young, so time is no longer on my side. I'm glad because I turned 40 last year. So the time is no longer on my side. Our brother will is over 60, or Lona Babuma 12, 13, 14, and it's in the Palaki. Right? I'm not old, but I'm older than most. and I'm still studying and pushing. Yes. Right? Another thing is that I have only applied to Northwest University. It is the institution I really like. The lectures are very professional and they attend to our queries on time. I first started my BSc with the university back in 2002 and decided to come back 2020 to study. I'm really happy with the institution and could not imagine myself studying in any other institution. This institution made me who I am today and would really like to continue my growth journey with it. So very important, and another thing very important, like I said, you need to keep your contacts. What I did, one of the guys, Clement Godana, we also studied together. If like if you have a email, I edit, I change a mole, it's a because you also need to do about peer review. You know, check things. Once you're happy, and then you can say, okay, it's sent. And then obviously, we can decline application is so. Right? I don't care who says what. And then she came back a few days later. May I please ask that add this student to the successful list of 2022? Let's reverse. So sometimes, you need to just push a little bit. And other thing is, as well as he received 79%, one of the 21 students who had 7 guys. Even at the 87, as well, there are many guys that have better results than me. Because in Torobulaya can take arrogance, you think, well, it's already far too late. Because in this there are many guys, and by my words, PGCE, you think well, it's easy, it's not easy. You need to be very consistent in terms of doing assignments, submit, and edit. But something that I picked up, studying during COVID was the easiest. Yes. Studying during COVID, even if it's an opportunity, was the easiest time to start. Easiest. Anyway, so I was successfully, and then bang applied. I then applied for Real Capatella, and then like I said, I busy got my honors. And not only that, because sometimes I refuse opportunity. What do we do? So just keep on pushing. So I'm happy to say over the last year, by December, my average is 75% out of 5 modules. So I'm only left with 1 module. So I'm also able, to push it very hard. Loudly, work hard, guys. Work hard. So now I'm moving over to the other part. I'm also cognizant of time. But other thing that I just want to say, the struggle is real, but we need to soldier on, right? Because now it's a little come outside Boshifstrumu, and then I'm the firstborn of 3, right? And like many other black families, I was the first one go university. If you check out your immediate families, so that also put a little bit of pressure for watching you, and then we don't want to disappoint. Right, and then which I worked very hard and managed, but also it was not easy to go to university. You are one of those top 3 students and top 2, but out of university, the game is completely different, especially if you are multiracial, those guys can push, can work, right? But then it's not always easy. But like I said, you need to work very hard, take that extra mile. And then another thing, just a fun fact, now I crash. Right? So I think crash is overrated. No, I'm kidding. Because the government now, they are really, making strides to make sure by formalizer the preschool. It's very important because my little daughter, she went through preschool, including a sister. She also went through preschool. It really helps a lot. At least one has a school, but don't put too much pressure on Monday, because teachers will always say, whatever little I over time it'll build up. I know there are exceptions, see, because when I let this other kid, this one, 9 or so, or 14, was a local university to astrophysics. We have exceptional cases, but it's not for everyone. And then other thing also very important, how I told you about 60-50%, it's not about positions. Whatever the maxes I told you, when courage, whatever, right? Because if you talk about distinction, doesn't mean to be successful in life. Like we said, life happens. So just don't push too much pressure over them, but always motivate them for and then one other thing that I just want to mention about the struggle is real. Last week, one of my aunts who was so ke ne ke tswile ka go ngwana ga ga na bile ka go motsela few things tsa gagwe go tlung. So I can take a bakilo koloi ko ntle. What are this little kid? She'll probably go grade 3 or 4. Wata mo kona one corner jazz. O pepile di buka na o smart o tlhapile ha fe ile moriri wata wa bua le are ke go ba borotho wa go ja. Go bitsa re sa ja maoba. So if it hit down home, because like I said, you let's go to classing and then we moved to collocation. Then like in a school, we had those struggles. We just follow Musina Chalete and once in a while we can alone. Mama Pulakana and Trainer Yabore. If we are on the Chalete was follow, we do like on that break you with to study hunger, but at least I'm glad for the government is also doing something. But poverty is real. But despite that, you still need to, have one move to check out always push hard, always push the envelope. And then we'll put this up with Maria also very important, let's help each other. Guys, you don't have to roll from to 1,000 rand every month. Little nyane open up to see if you can print someone. If you can print a CV, if you have I don't move a chelet, I go stadium, I will check a man or opera in you. I know Ronald Nalematata Arona, but at least helping someone goes a long way. So let's try to do that. And then before you conclude, you have to issue discipline. Discipline ke matata, I'm not going to waste time mo go yona. But then I think I think we really need to pray hard. Can issue a discipline go dikolo. Not only bana ba sekolo, including the teacher, ba bang ba lo ba impregnate bana ba etsa. So matata a tlhagela on both sides. And the issue of discipline, sometimes people know with a ball, but sometimes it's not the case. Right? Lona Mohai, you can do all you can, right? But then more too. and we decide to itela lifestyle ya mo strateng. Without saying too much, we have the similar case like last one. I mean, we tried to build him and now we decide to build a lifestyle. Rona motu, we can do all we can, but then until motu I decide to change. You know, there's really little that we can do. Maybe more need the proper divine intervention. Because I believe now, it's more of a generational thing. Because if you check out Rona, I reach a bit my 80s, 82, 83, 84, 85. You know, they're different than
Yeah, it's true.
right?
It's true.
And then we go my 90, yeah. But I'm 95, and then we go 96. Wow, so very, very serious.
Yeah, very serious.
And again, not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah.
So very serious about the issue of discipline. Because guys, if you are not disciplined, I don't care who says what. And then later, and then okay. What to learn and study. Guys, the world is evolving. You can't be learning the try to position yourself. And then also very important, also check a community also. Because okay, you black and then you study botany, body but to bad duty, guys. So be careful with that. Not all of them marry. At least we know for a certain career, most likely like I said, the struggle is real and most people are going hunger. You can always specialize later. Because I'm a typical example. Because I knew teaching I mean, we had, but I think it's also debatable. We can also work with what we have. Because in Kebele, I need to have a financial literacy. Because you find Mama was a domestic worker, over 1,500, but you guys can live month to month. So also maybe you want a financial literacy okay, this is what, but in terms of unemployment and we just need to be careful for the career. Otherwise, we could do unemployment. It's very long. And influencer with those things is not for everyone, guys. Everything in life is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Everything is not for everyone. If you want to tell us something, that's fine. But you tell a backup plan. Backup plan. Because what you think now, by studying teaching, as much as Baba buying yards, I can go work anywhere in the world, qualification teaching. I can work. If I want to go to Dubai, I can go work there. I can go to China, I can go there. I can go to Australia, I can go there. Or even our neighboring countries, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and so be careful. Like I said, you can always change later or start or specialize. And then, one last thing. Accounting and maths. I'm really worried, guys. For I don't producer the engineers, the accountants, and because maths literacy. Most of our kids switch over to your tourism and I'm not speaking down, but I'm checking for prosperity economy country on a local whole. If I are the engineers, it open matter. Because I remember I didn't the practical it's a couple before. One day I school go from grade 10, go no sena any learner o dirang accounting. How you go classing your maths and science? You find, because the college are on that education and they've got so many learners. Right? More classes bana ba over 40, 50. You find class A1 out of classes over 7, it's a grade 10. Only 10 by the pure maths.
It's true.
They go about, but pass a maths about 50. Like basic things are maths. Now I can brag because I read maths, I know maths. So it's very important there for what you study and then what you position yourself. But not only that, the government there, the policy makers need to be, check for the future of the country. Otherwise, we have to import the skill itself. If I don't produce the mathematicians, the engineers, whatever they run mining and that. That's why we have to control the economy around. And we are such a rich continent. Marichalete, Dolo. So that's why we talk, you know what to learn and study. Otherwise, our China queer unemployment there. Just to recap, you can always specialized data. Also, you can pay for your own studies at least. Right, and then Sadi Lasi, now they went online. Because he said, I'm like some papers. I tried to check university. Everything is online, guys. If you want whatever, you need to Google and then be smart about it. But the only thing everything we Google, you trend something on Twitter and but the table covers the other baby for and then lastly, which I've already mentioned, it's important to build a network. Don't burn your bridges. Allow reason because the world is very small. Allow reason make sure at a good part but you can always do about. Now I still have my network since I go university. Cesar Dineo, she's one of them, and I declared university in 2002. It's more than 20 years. I hope my math is right. It's 20 years now since he did the first day at university. But you keep those contacts. And then my guys working at Absa, which I started late 2009 or so. I have many of those guys. And then other thing about me, and I'm like, most guys, if someone over there, the numbers are mama, they always, I'm like the central person, they always come to me. Oh yeah, this person. So be that guy. Don't bend your bridges, keep a relationship, is healthy. And yeah, if I
Thank you, Mr. Thekiso. The struggle is real, so keep working hard.